Ladies and gentlemen, strap in, welcome. 212. Happy Easter, welcome to the 5th of April 2026 already. The first quarter has officially begun, the first weekly close. This weekly close, 88 already. We're going very hard, very soon to episode 100 of the weekly podcast. We do this every Sunday, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time, so strap in, hit the like button. And in this podcast, we're going to discuss everything regarding the latest news. We're going to discuss a lot of charts. I've done a video not that long ago. I published it, I believe, on Saturday about why I do believe there are quite a few indicators that do say the bottom is in or very, very close. I want to discuss a few of those more in detail. But of course, also, we'll discuss the latest news. We'll discuss what's happening with Trump. We'll discuss whatever you guys want to know. So if ever you got a question, you can always come by in our Discord. It's open. You go to the description down below. We'll find a link to our Discord. But also, if you have any question, you can also ask live in the chat. Or if anything, go in the comments and we'll try to answer those in the upcoming streams. We do those every Thursday and every Sunday. So strap in. I see Joni. Welcome, Joni. I see Björn as well. Good evening, Crow fam. Happy Easter. I see Cliff Power as well. Oh, imagine 212 when it happens. When it happens, if it happens, of course, gonna be glorious. Let's take a quick peek at the charts. Welcome as well, Trans King. Bitcoin, first and foremost. We're still in this range. Nothing special. Still hovering here. And about 67K. 67K for Bitcoin. Cronos, I would say today had quite a big dump. For some reason, I don't know why necessarily. Or well, big dump. Bitcoin is up about 0.12% today. CRO is down a little bit, down about a percentage. Nothing too significant, but still quite surprising given the fact that CRO, well, seems to be in a bit of at a low point here. You can also see that mainly, I would say, in the Crow Bitcoin valuation. We're getting closer and closer now to the 0.10 level for Crow Bitcoin, because Bitcoin goes up and Crow goes down, which is pretty weird. But you can also see it's the case for the majority of altcoins, because Bitcoin dominance today has been rising. So far also on the monthly, it has been up. But okay, the month, guys, it is the 5th of April, so nothing too interesting, I would say, about that. Mr. Tonka, welcome. Happy Easter from Houston, Texas. Happy to have you, sir. Happy to have you. Did I miss something about Crow 24-hour volume? I didn't think it was too bad, to be honest. I think on the Discord, they were talking about the on-chain volume. So if you go now to Dex Screener, for example, and go to Cronos, you can see a bit of chain statistics up top here. You can see the amount of transactions, about 20,000. You can see the block, the latest block. And we also see the 24-hour volume, which is about $700,000, which is relatively very low. It is super low, but it's Easter, guys. It's Sunday. It's Easter. I think, like, just, you know, but I don't know. Let me know. Please let me know in the chat, guys, or in the comments. What are you doing today? So I'm just home. I just arrived back home. I feel like stuffed animal because I had a lot of food. I was looking for eggs, hunting for those eggs. Literal egg hunting. That was actually pretty fun. But today I had zero time, zero energy to talk about meme coins. Because let's be honest, like the majority of volume... Okay, the majority of volume is still Tonic. The Tonic token, then Crow. But the third token, it's a meme token. Well, not a meme token. Memetility from WolfSwap. Then we got Bitcoin, of course, which is, well, some people are still trading Bitcoin and Cronos. Lion meme token, Push meme token. A lot of these guys are meme tokens that do have a lot of volume on chain. I mean, it's a Sunday Easter. I mean, you're free to. The blockchain never stops, and that's what I love about the blockchain, right? This is why the blockchain's the future. If you want to have a trade, nobody is holding you back. It's always available 24/7. Guys, soon we're gonna have stocks, we're gonna have commodities, we're gonna have everything all available on the Cronos app. And to give you guys a quick sneak peek as well, we have to go to Ryan, because Ryan, he has a new profile background. How do you call those? This is his personal account. Ryan is the CEO of Cronos. And you can see here, talk about Tesla, they talk about prediction markets, LeBron James. They have a $12,000 portfolio here, up 8.2%. I would like to see that in the future again. Ethereum here to talk about crypto, a bit more stocks. And also they did mention on the official Cronos account, not that long ago, one market, one app, all in the Cronos app. You can see it's blurred here, so they want to keep it a bit of a surprise still. The first release will happen in the end of April / beginning of May, and that will be the friends and family release. I like this though. One app to rule them all. Oh, interesting. Björn is saying that tomorrow the US stock market is going to open. Interesting. I'm curious also what the response will be, because I have heard that today there was supposed to be this deadline from Trump regarding Iran, and today already on Truth Social they were like, yeah, we're going to postpone that a little bit. Let me check if I can find that one. I don't know what I trust anymore of Trump, of his tweets, because is this the one? This is the official one. We have like a Trump proof. One account that copies all the posts. Yeah, this is the one. He tweeted today, Tuesday will be the day, the power plan day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the strait, you crazy bastards. Ay. I mean, it's some strong language here from Trump. And I guess this is if they're truly going to bomb the hell out of Iran, it's not going to be that pretty, I guess, for the stock market. But let's see. What I did mention in that bottom video that the stock market is truly at a bit of a... It's at a pivot point. It is truly at a pivot point, because we talked about this. It has this clear decline, and we're now testing that decline, that support level here, or resistance level. You can see we tried before, we couldn't. Now though, we did have a bit of a good, a bit of a jump here. So typically I do expect we can break it and we can continue again the upward momentum. But if the Iran war is going to escalate further, maybe not. You can see also, maybe it is more like this here. That's something I do need to address. You see here, we had a bit of the same thing. We also had a quick drop, a good jump, and we tested it, and unfortunately we couldn't break it, so we needed one more drop, and only then we could truly break to this downward pressure. So let's see, that's going to be quite interesting. I don't know what will happen, but I think it's, I don't know, maybe the oil price will also be very telling tomorrow. Happy holiday, George. Ooh, my first buy under 7 cents. It is truly quite cheap this weekend. I am surprised. Especially because Bitcoin, it's not like doing anything spectacular, but let's go to the hourly chart for Bitcoin. I would say that Bitcoin has been doing remarkably well. Like, it has been a slow growth, really. basically since the end of March, we have been slowly moving up. As you see, there are a few exemptions. You can see here and here, but those were like hourly candles. Other than that, we are slowly moving up again. We are building a new low, it seems, at about 6.7. Now we are hopefully also moving back up to about 69. I think truly what happens at about 60, above this line here, this will be telling. If you go again above 74, and it's not like 74k is that far away, is it? Truly, we can go there in one day. MK, what's up, sir? What's up? Does X curate for you based off CRO and Bitcoin? For me, Chimp, it's all kind of stuff. For me personally, like Mimi, it's football, it's world political events, it's also crypto in general, bit of CRO. I also do follow, of course, a lot of people within the CRO ecosystem, so therefore my For You page is really focused around that. It's rather relevant, but sometimes, I don't know, for whatever reason, we can check, we can go to my X page. I get some like women as well, some random, titty posts. This is my For You currently. So a bit of CRO here. CRO. Well, it's a lot of CRO, it seems. Tectonic, CRO, Cryptodoc. Okay, there's a lot of CRO in here. Yeah, it's a lot of CRO on my For You page. Interesting. I'm convinced we're living in a simulation here. Yeah, it's weird the wording Trump uses here, but you know. The thing is, I am not willing to bat on Trump, but he's not going to attack. Hey, it's okay. How are you, sir? How are you? Oh man, the whole crypto market is just exhausting. Looks like it's that. Well, to be honest, Mr. Shockwaves, it's pretty dead right now. Like honestly, it's a holiday weekend. Nothing is really happening at the moment, so I guess it is pretty dead now. Having said that though, like it went to almost 6.8 not that long ago. Did it happen today? Oh wow, I completely missed that. Like again, I have been not focused on the crypto markets today, guys. I've been just enjoying the egg hunt today. Nothing, you know. As you guys might know, I'm not like super Christian. I didn't go to church, unfortunately. So, well, unfortunately, that's not what we really do over here. We just spend time with family, though. So, this is interesting. We are reaching now a point where we are retesting the highs, which I kind of like. Like these were the previous highs. So if we can truly flip this and we can go above it, let's go to 69k then. When does the bear market end? When does the bear market end? I think we have already seen the bottom. That's my personal take, of course, and we could maybe be wrong, right? I could be wrong. How do you define the bear market truly? How do you truly define that? I think that's hard to say. I think I might be crazy for this, Mr. MK, and people will say I am crazy, but based on, let me quickly show you a few charts, and then you can decide for yourself if I am crazy. Let's quickly go to the monthly chart again, and I showed this in my latest video. But take a look at this, and we're going to add the Bollinger Bands. So, I need to remove a few things here, but take a look at this. Take a look at this chart. We see here multiple cycles. We see here it starts with 2012, 2014, 2018, 2021, and we have the most recent cycle. What you see here on this logarithmic chart is a very clear, steep Bollinger Band, right? You see these steep lines. It always happens during a true bull market. what we have seen so far, like, you could maybe say that this was a bit of a move, but, you know, not at all comparable to the previous moves, right? It's even funny because you might say that the move to the upside, they were smaller, but the Bollinger Bands even became larger. So you might even make the argument here that these moves, they could even become bigger and bigger. So somewhere inside of me, I'm like, a coin baron, what if this move is just delayed and it comes later? Or, you know, crypto is completely dead. Like, maybe Shockwaves is right. I'm still somewhat expecting that, you know, at some point we get something like this here. One final big move up. Big surprise. That could also maybe explain why the altcoin season was so much delayed. We are still guys moving into the right direction, having said that though, so... I mean, that would explain so much to me, because it's... The cycle so far, we talked also about the other indicators, the bull market peak indicators. None hits, right? None of them. None. Zero. Not. If one indicator was like, yeah, this was a true peak, this was a typical peak, I would be like, yeah, sure. The only indicator, the truly only indicator that kind of predicted a peak for Bitcoin, that was... Let me quickly remove this quickly for you guys. The only indicator that somewhat predicted a peak, that was the this one, the 4-year cycle one. I mean, that one was pretty on point, I'm not gonna lie. We expected it to be here, like precisely from the timeline, but it happened like 2 weeks earlier. 2 weeks earlier. No, wait, well, when that's not even true. It happened in the exact right month. Go to the daily. Okay, it happened to be right. It happened according here to the cycle a week early. This was our expectation. That's the only indicator, only one. And I find that the weakest one. So the question, do you think CRO will pump when the Cronos app is public? Or do you think the bear market, you know, it doesn't really interest people? What I do like, and I think this is a great question, MK, what I do like about the overall idea behind the Cronos app is that what you see here also is that it's more than crypto, right? Because in the end, people are always interested in finance. They are all not... No, I say it wrong. People are not necessarily interested in finance. People are interested in making money. And there's always one hot market. Always there's one hot market. Like, even during the 2008 financial crash, right? There were people going short like crazy. You can always make money in some way. Always. So what you see here is that you can also make money, for example, by doing prediction markets or by stock trading or by crypto. So it's a lot broader. So it doesn't really matter if it's a bear market or not, because there's always a bull market somewhere. I do believe, though, that at some point also crypto will become a place where people hop back into. Welcome, Jay Smith. We've now hit 6 months since the Bitcoin all-time high. Is it already 6 months? So quick, man. Oh, it is true. You're true. Was it the 5th? The 6th of October. Okay, the 6th of October. Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, 6 months ago, exactly. Crazy, man. Crazy. Well, I think the Bitcoin all-time... I would say the Ethereum all-time high. That's the most fun one. The Ethereum all-time high is so disappointing to me. Like, honestly, it's... We almost hit 5,000. Like, how close did we get? How close did we get to 5,000? It's so ridiculous. This is 5,000. We hit 4,950. But the all-time high for Ethereum, it's pathetic. Where is it? Yeah, it's only a little higher. Just a little higher. Maybe a few dollars. Crazy. Average John, welcome. Looking forward to see the tokenomics and burn plan. Did Ryan say we will be releasing it this month? I believe so. Let me quickly check that one. It's a good question, George. But how many more months do we think before we bottom out? I honestly think we could be there now. I honestly think that. Let me check. I did believe that they had a reply about this not that long ago. So the best source, guys, at the moment, is directly going to Ryan Wyatt. He is the CEO, and he's really active on... I've also seen him on Telegram. I've seen him on many places. Back 212. Where is it? Happy to see a fellow moderator. What's up, John? What's up? I don't know where it is exactly. I think I saw it a few times before. So Ryan, guys, he's really active on Twitter. He's posting a lot about all kind of stuff, not only Twitter. So, as you guys might know, Ryan is quite big in the gaming scene. So you might know, for example, about FaZe. He has quite some connections also still in the gaming scene, which I think is rather clever. Let me quickly check. I don't know where it is. I believe he did mention in April we'll get more information about burns, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure here. I will. Guys, I will probably go back to this in a new video. Here. This is it. I saw it all. We'll release a tokenomics proposal plus the tokenomics page, which will create more transparency. There's some strategic burns that will continue via the community burn, and we'll also buy and burn. And there are some things that Cro-Magnon is also talking about, so more soon. That was in February. It is now basically 1.5 months later. I don't know exactly when. I thought somewhere in April. But if I would do one thing, I would do it together with the release of the app itself. What's up, Funny Crypto? How are you? Okay, now Crow, come on. Crow is on the move up again. We start streaming, guys. We start streaming. You guys hit the like button. And the price only does one thing. The price, guys, during these streams only goes up. This is the way. So just hit the like button. The more you guys hit the like button, I honestly think this. The more you guys hit the like button, the higher this goes. Because the more you guys press on that like button, the more YouTube will recommend this to people, and they might find out about the Pro as well. So do your own backs a favor, hit the like button. And do it now. Do it quick. Puccino, welcome. Yeah, sometimes, guys, I don't know what happens, but if you ever don't get a response from me, it is probably because it's like YouTube does, like, hey, I think this is spam, or this might be a scam, or a link, or a hashtag. Don't ever use hashtags, because hashtags get auto-deleted here in this chat. Time to get a new mod. Was saying Cronos Chimp Club looks like it might come back. Yeah, so again, I'm not really big into the memes. And I'm also not really big into the NFTs, but I saw this, and I am, if anything is like a sign, if anything is a sign of a potential new bull market, it's this, I would say. Official Cronos Chimp Club. Guys, for anyone that is not really aware of this, oh, I don't know where it is. Cronos Chimp Club. These guys are some absolute OGs. You might have seen these profile pictures on Twitter, but they have been winding down the Cronos Chimp Club back in 2024 because they saw basically no income and high cost. I don't know what kind of cost, but recently on April 4th, they did mention here, welcome home. So, are they coming back? Are they coming back? I mean, Chimp is wearing one of those, right? Chimp is, you can see the profile picture of Chimp here. It is a Cronos Chimp Club thing. I don't know. If you go to, so for anyone that's not really aware of what's happening within the Cronos ecosystem, if you go to, this is by the way Tesla Roadster. I don't know why it's here. If you go to Abyssus Bay, this is the biggest marketplace for NFTs on Cronos. I think you can also find the collections. You can also find what kind of collections have the most trading all time. If you go sort all time, you can see that the MMF NFTs, about 50 million Crow volume. Mad Meerkat, about 50 million. More Mad Meerkat. And we got the Boomer Squad, we got Pro Skulls, Wolfies. Somewhere we also got the Cronos Primate business, for example. That's a Chimp Club, I believe. They are a pretty big one. Cronos Gorilla business. And Cronos Chimp Club as well. Fortnite. Didn't know you play Fortnite. security, regarding liquidity, regarding volume, regarding fees. Crypto.com. Then we got Bitstamp, we got Kraken, Coinbase, OKX, Gemini. Binance, not even here. It's below this, below 75. Pretty crazy, isn't it? So again, will CRO come back? 100%. 100%. It always has, and it always will. At least that's my my experience with CRO specifically. If we just take a look at the CRO chart, guys, I think it's so clear. If you ask me, go to the daily one. Remove this quick big arrow here. But you see on this chart that we always have moments of pumps and dumps, basically. And those pumps are typically related to an event with Crypto.com. So at some point, guys, I believe this will happen again. Will this come back? I think so. I think it's logical. I mean, just take a look at how quickly this also went. To 40 cents. This is my personal opinion here, according to TransKing, but I see Crypto.com as a long-term play, and they will be around for a long time. No financial advice, but I see CRO under 10 cents as a buy for me, buy DCA weekly at these prices. True that, sir. Can the stream get a CB CRO sentiment fear greed scale, or does that not automate for you to look at it? No, I need to get the data, and then I can post it soon again. We can have a talk about it in the future videos, chimp. No hugs. I want some more hugs, TransKing. We need it. The community is in shambles. We need more hugs. I agree, Dome. What's up, guys? Hit the like button. Don't forget that. Hey, Planet Goop, sir. Good to see you. Where you from, sir? TransKing, I remember the days when presidents used to be diplomatic and responsible. He's the first truly potty-mouthed president I've seen in my 6 decades. It's interesting, isn't it? What do you think about the Fear and Greed Index at 11 recently? I think it even went back to 8. Extreme fear. Really hard to think we go lower with fear so low. It's still possible, of course. We always have, you know, people at some point, they don't care anymore. I would like to see though, guys. So we are still at the lows here of this overall pattern. I need to see for Bitcoin specifically. I need to see Bitcoin make a move back here to the upper regions, because you know, let's say one bad thing happens. It's possible that we're done below it if something with Iran happens. If we make a recovery, it can be a fake out. Like this also was a fake out at about 67k. It's not like if we go below it, it's all over. I would feel better if Bitcoin could go a bit higher, because we are still. So everyone thinks I'm like a perma bull, right? But I have video. I've got video evidence. Like in December, I was talking about this potential bear flag playing out, and unfortunately, it did. Like I always say what I see. I think I do have a bullish bias. That's true. Because, again, I base it on what I know from my other indicators as well. If I take a look at those peak indicators, I think it's a weird cycle. It is a weird cycle, guys. It is a very weird cycle. So, but I try to truly call everything I see. It feels like we missed a lot of the things that made a true euphoric bull cycle. I cannot fathom another 4 years for an all-time high. Again, I don't necessarily think we need to wait another 4 years. I think it's going to be a lot sooner. I think it's going to be a lot sooner. Bjorn, I know that many are critical of Chris after the end of March, but he has also indicated that there will be no more 4-year cycles. Perhaps he knows more than we do. He definitely knows more than we do. Especially for CRO, of course. He has a lot of insight. I'm still waiting for the MCGA company, man. Let me quickly go to this tweet. I think this tweet by Chris, it is so underrated. Chris Marzalak, guys, CEO crypto.com. I think this is the one. No. I'm looking for it quickly. I mean, I love the old. I love the old tweets by Chris. Tesla buys 1.5 billion of Bitcoin, all-time high incoming. Yes, and we did get a new all-time high after this, so you can't see it, unfortunately. Yeah, you see it here. It's old tweets. There was a tweet. Let me just look for CRO. I think he mentioned CRO. This is the one. This is the one, guys. Wondering what the community's views on CRO performance in 2026 will be under the following scenario. So this, guys, and I think this is like super important. This is super important. In 2025, he was already talking about 2026, right? He knew that the whole MCGA stuff, it would take some time. It would take a lot of time to come to fruition. So we were already talking about 2026. And he's talking about 3 scenarios where we have 200 million of existing spec buys, spec cash to buy CRO, but also $420 million of spec cash to buy CRO, and also about $5 billion of cash plus warrants to buy more CRO. So I don't know if, what Chris exactly knows. I think he knows a lot more than we do. He also will be somewhat in the dark regarding the SEC. So you can see the Edgar database from the SEC. And if you take a look here, you can always, guys, if you want to do this yourself, you can go to the Edgar database by the SEC. You can type in MCGA. And you will directly find Yorkville Acquisition Corp, which is the company that we're looking for. We're still also waiting for more information about this. The S4 form. That is what we're waiting for, guys. And at this point, we do not have, unfortunately, any more information that we recently discussed. 63 Edgar findings. What's up, Trading Savior? Strap in, guys. Hit the like. Some people held the CRO token since 2022 and can't withstand this. Well, we call that weekends, right? We call that weekends. I don't know. I think many people had the same thing though, right? Also with Ethereum, with many tokens. I mean, I can imagine if you have been holding on to Ethereum and you bought it about $4,000 and it goes like $2 higher, you're pretty pissed. Nice. John bought for about 0.069 average today. Nice. Good buys. There are many projects out there that still have to reach that 2021 all-time high. Well, I think a great example of a token that showed that even though if you don't reach it in the next cycle, that you still can reach it afterwards is XRP. If you take a look at the XRP token, XRP had a awful 2022 cycle, but it made it all back. It's actually, this is such a beautiful chart actually for XRP. Like, I'm not really going to trade, guys, any XRP, but it makes so much sense here. It made so much sense that we have a bounce exactly here. But okay. So XRP, by the way, if anyone wondering, yeah, so it made an all-time high in 2017. The following cycle was a lot lower. And then in 2024, it started to go to a new all-time high. So yes, you can have a high, a lower high the year afterwards, and then a higher high cycle then afterwards. It's all about momentum. It's all about, you know, in the end, it's all about fundamentals, of course. All about fundamentals. People will say we got lucky a decade from now. Well, at this point, I talk so much about CRO. I think my friends know I'm like a true addict. I'm a true addict. I think they understand at this point it's more than luck. Hey, Marty. Friends is anti-hugs now. Yeah, it's. I think, Trans, we need to have a talk after this stream. What's up, guys? Maybe Iran war will trigger recession. So, I'm not really that much of a believer into like a true recession. Well, maybe in the traditional sense. I think honestly that this whole war with Iran, it's so overblown. I'm not saying it is all really good, but I would say the big thing is that we had a full-on war with Russia and Ukraine. Right? It was really bad. We had a full-on invasion on the European mainland. Ground troops. We have no ground troops in Iran. None. So yes, there was maybe a bit of a bear market here. You could make that argument. We went down for about 1 year on the S&P. But we went down after a truly parabolic run as well. Basically, I don't even know when it was there a true big... maybe this is one decline we had so far. On the S&P, we had one decline in 2018, about minus 20%. But other than that, it's only going up, really, for the S&P. Maybe this was the only... There was a small recession, if I'm correct, after COVID. Like a small double quarter recession. And then also after that, it was directly positive numbers again. But was it all so bad? I don't think it was that bad. It was, in the end, it was minus 27% for the S&P. But also here, we also had a minus 22%. It all recovered really quickly. This so far, high to low, about minus 10% as well. Let's see though. Could there be like a multi-year bear market? There could be. But even the recession from 2007 all the way to 2000, you know, this was maybe bad, but also the bottom was reached quite quickly, wasn't it? The only issue, of course, with the S&P here is that it took from 2007 all the way 2013, so about 5 years, or 6 years even, to go back to the same level. The trap is high oil prices will cause too much macro instability. Yeah, so I have to go back to this war in Ukraine because it had the same effect on the oil market, I believe. Let me double check quickly. Yeah, it had an even worse effect on oil so far. Because also remember where we came from. At some point, oil was free. Oil was free, and then we went to about $130 a barrel. I'm curious though what I've heard today that tomorrow the US stock market opens up again. So I think also the oil futures. I'm curious what the oil futures will do, especially after the tweets by Trump. Will the Trump tweets have any big effect? I don't know. I think oil is already at relatively high levels, but maybe maybe this will bring some additional pain. You know, and this is, I think, also true what MK is saying here. The perfect strategy for Cronos is that they will combine everything with AI.com. AI agents can pay each other on Cronos, for example. This use case makes Cronos chain also the perfect candidate, right? True. This is like big thing people don't talk enough about. Like, yes, well, I think no. Okay, no, let's go back to that. I think we don't talk about it because there is nothing to talk about. Well, the weird thing is, like, Chris has all this big commercial stuff about AI.com, but what is AI.com? What is AI.com, guys? I have zero clue what it is. So recently, Chris has been talking about, you know, cutting edge AI and AI this, AI that, but what has he really done so far? We have a decent website, I guess, but it does nothing. Yeah. Instead of, you know, I agree. In theory, it sounds great, MK. I think it sounds absolutely... The idea is, it's true, right? It's nothing wrong about it. The whole theory is right, but as long as this is not really in our hands, I am a bit cautious with that, with, you know, hyping it up a bit too much. But MK is right. If this launches as an actual beta launch, this will increase volume like crazy. We're not talking about 600k volume. This will be a volume for an hour or minute, maybe even. Messy Crypto, good to see you, sir. Sooner or later, Iran will have to give up. I expect it in days or weeks. This will catapult crypto and stocks. Pro will benefit, but MCGA will be the real trigger. I think so too. But the thing about MCGA, I believe, again, that MCGA... well, actually, I don't know exactly. I don't know if, like, when they go live, will it be like an immediate catapult, or will it be a slow grow? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. For anyone wondering, by the way, I think there is a decent opportunity that we might go back all the way to 6.7 cents before we see any true further increase. And why do I say that? Well, because we are very, very close now to the multi-year support line for CRO. So could it be that we have another retest here of about 6.7? It's about, you know, minus 1%. Yeah, we could have that. Is that bearish? Not necessarily, I believe so. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, the camera is just, no. Taking a quick break. It's Easter. It's Easter holiday for efforts as well. I think you can still hear me though. Hopefully XRP can recover. I hope so too, sir. Well, let's see. It's a bit of opium. Yeah, true. Average John is saying, well, XRP also has 100 billion coin cap like CRO. True. I would say in many ways, XRP and CRO are somewhat relatable. I'm enjoying the meme coin downturn. I think unfortunately it's a healthy part of this market as well, right? Because it's weird. I do enjoy a bit of Doge, though. I think Doge is the, you know, I can have a laugh about Doge. I think it's fun, but other than that, I think it's only about max extraction from the market, and I don't like that. This is always 3 steps ahead in my mind, and also sometimes like 1 step behind. I feel like, again, like I think the AI.com launch, it's weird. I don't understand it, and I consider myself a quite wise guy. I find it weird. Oh well. Again, maybe he knows something I don't. There's no guarantee the 4-year cycle still holds according to TransKing here. There has been talk of crypto being directly linked to the global liquidity cycle, which got extended also following the virus. Let's see. I think recently also Michael Saylor made a very similar remark. Michael Saylor, he's the owner of Strategy, MicroStrategy, and he holds a ridiculous amount of Bitcoin. He's the permabull that we need. I think it's here. Here it is. Bitcoin has won. Global consensus that Bitcoin is digital capital. The 4-year cycle is dead. Price is now driven by capital flows. Bank and digital credit will determine Bitcoin's growth trajectory. The biggest risk is bad ideas driven iatrogenic. I don't even know what it means. Let me quickly Google this. I think it's about basically, so some people have IDs for Bitcoin to change the chain, to have like blockchain changes. And Mr. Michael Saylor is very much against that. I still don't understand what it means. How do you even pronounce this? Iatrogenic? Induced in a patient by the treatment. Okay, so I have no clue. They are... What he means though is he doesn't want to see crazy changes to the blockchain itself. That needs to be changed though, because as you guys might have heard this week earlier, Google made a warning about quantum computing and also Bitcoin. So Google is basically saying, we've cut the quantum resources needed to break Bitcoin's encryption by about 20x. We can now break it, we can prove it. We're not just going to tell you how though. But, guys, don't you worry. It's not really going to happen. They are going to change Bitcoin most likely to make it quantum resistant. And that will happen definitely before 2029. That will be one of the changes I think that is necessary for Bitcoin. There are also a lot of discussions out there about NFTs on Bitcoin or inscriptions on Bitcoin. I'm not really big into the whole technical community of Bitcoin. I don't care enough, to be honest. I don't think that Bitcoin is really fit for purpose for how many people want to use the Bitcoin blockchain. I think it's only good to send Bitcoin and nothing other than that. I think back in March 2025, Chris knew about the MCGA deal and was expecting it to be resolved in about 12 months. He couldn't predict the additional delay we have had, which has slowed things down. I think, though, honestly, when we had the... there are, of course, a lot of things in the government happening that did cause a delay. The government shutdown. But I think, honestly, going back to the news here, I think the prediction of them closing in the first quarter, it was a bit too optimistic. It was a bit too optimistic here. Can CRO beat BNB by market cap in the future? I think it sure can. But again, I don't necessarily think that market cap is the best way to rank a token. I still want to make a video about this next week. I didn't have any time this week. But as you guys might know, market cap has been rising quite steadily for CRO. Also thanks to the unlocks. But I think it can, Jimmy. What's up, guys? Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in as well. I'm still catching up to all the questions, so have some patience, please. Strap in. No one can predict the future, though. That's true, guys, and no financial advice for certain. Has anyone tried the AI agent integration in Crypto.com app yet? No, I haven't. And for anyone wondering, Bjorn is talking about the Claude integration. Oh no, not Claude. OpenClaw. Ah, you saw the update. Okay, interesting. Trading Savior is not hoping for a quick increase, but he wants to see a slow and steady approach. That would be the most healthy one. But in the end, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, let's say if tomorrow we go to $1 and we dump directly back, I'm okay with that. Because it would show that we're still... it would be weird, right? But let's say we do something like this tomorrow. I think nobody would be opposed to this, right? Nobody. I would say that if we do this, if we go back to that $1 mark, give or take, again, my personal prediction would be a bit above it, like 115 to 130-ish, like over here in this area somewhere. That would be my prediction. If we go there, we basically prove to the bulls and to the bears that we are still relevant and we are still here to make a profit, you know, because in the end, many people are here for a profit. They want to trade a token. Some people, they don't care about the Cronos app. They don't care about the Visa card. They just care about a token, and that's fine to me, right? I think that's completely fine. You do you. Some people don't care about this. I think that's fine. Classic Baron being silenced for calling out Crow bottom. You say it's called iatrogenic. Iatrogenic. Well. Hey, what's up, Dave John? I already asked last stream, but you do not answer. I don't see the question. Tor says we'll go to $10. I didn't think that it will go to $10. That's the truth. I think at the moment, 1 to 2. I think Crypto Report has been talking about $5. So I think let's talk $1 to $2 first, and then we'll talk later. But let's not go too crazy now. Huge green candles means big red candles afterwards. Slow and steady is the more stable approach and means we can add more stronger layers of support and resistance that won't get broken. True. Very true. Hey, what's up, Graphic? Graphic is expecting in May 42 cents. I don't agree. I think that's a bit too bullish, but maybe you know what the thing is. I have been quite adamant about the whole MCGA thing. It will be happening around August, October-ish. So this whole Trump media stuff. This is the most important thing for the whole Crow ecosystem. This is the biggest one. After that, we do have to talk about the Cronos app. And then third, we have the ETFs. Like fundamental catalyst, those are the three big things. I was adamant about a September, August timeframe, but I don't know how correct it is. I honestly don't know. But Jojo, he did say, and I think it's based on AI, but maybe AI is right, okay? I think he mentioned somewhere, let me check. So he is saying that MCGA could be here late June or July of 2026. So maybe you are right, Graphic. Let's say if MCGA truly comes out, we might get that 42 cents in June. Cardano launching, Nightcoin is splitting the community. I get that, honestly, Average John. I get that. I get that, honestly. Javello, $2 to $5. Let's go. Graphical, let's see. Yeah, please do. So, I want there. Why might the jump from 10 plays in market cap and 9 plays? Oh, you think of coin market cap? Let me check quickly. Again, I don't think, like, anyone here watching, please don't take a look at these market caps and think they are like very relevant. Like, so okay, best example here is Tron. Please, guys, if anyone out there knows somebody that uses Tron, link me up. I know literally 0 persons that use Tron. I know 0 persons that use Uniset Leo. But both Tron as well as Uniset Leo are always very high up here on the market cap. Same also for Bitcoin Cash. On the other side of the coin, though, I do know a lot of people that use Cardano. I do know a lot of people that use Hyperliquid. I do know a lot of Dogecoin holders, a lot of Solana holders, Chainlink holders, Monero, Ethena is a stable coin. Same for Canton. I think I know more people talk about Zcash and Litecoin than people talk about Canton. But this whole ranking is based on market cap, and market cap, it's a bit weird. It's honestly a bit weird because what it does, and we're going to discuss this in more detail. For Bitcoin, it makes sense, but also not completely, because what market cap does, it's, as you can read here, it's the current price times the circulating supply. Well, for Bitcoin also, this is not like truly very correct. And why do I say that? Because we have here, you can see, I need to make it bigger. Unfortunately, can't really see that. So Bitcoin has a supply, a circulating supply of 20 billion. But that's not really true, is it? Throughout the years, let me make it a bit bigger. Throughout the years, we have lost so many Bitcoin. Like, we honestly lost Bitcoin on due to dead people, due to people losing their private keys. You know, in actuality, I think the market only has, let's say, 16 million Bitcoin. Maybe. King is saying, well, TRX is used for USDT. They say it's... I don't know. I need to check in with Tron. But the same thing again, guys. Like, let's go to Uniset Leo. The amount of tokens here, it's a bit fake. It's a bit fake, honestly. Also for CRO, it's fake. It's so fake. Because what you see every month, right? Every month, the supply increases. And in a healthy market, the minute supply increases, the price goes down. That's guys how a healthy market works. But it doesn't. It doesn't work that way necessarily, because these tokens, while they are in theory unlocked and ready, available for the market, they are not really available to the market. But it's a good video topic. Let's talk about it in more detail soon. Yeah, again, I don't think Dave John that will get $10. Yeah, I agree with Trans King here. Let me quickly check if I can get the cam up again. Because... Okay, there we go. Because, guys, it is 10 o'clock. It is Easter, so I did enjoy this. I think it was a really fun stream. I hope you also enjoyed listening. again, if you got any questions, join the Discord or join the stream again next week on Thursday, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time, by this time. And also again on Sunday, we're back with a weekly close. Episode 89 next week, Sunday. After that, I will be gone, I think, for a few streams. So make sure you tune in. Anything else I want to say still? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. I want to say goodbye, basically. That's the gist of it. Aye. Okay, well, basically, guys, I'm here. I'm gonna say goodbye though. Pro is at a decent price now. Crow is basically at about 0.69, at about 7-cent range. Nothing too special, nothing too bad. It's let's see that if it goes back to the upper range. It needs to see a breakout at some point. That's something we're gonna monitor. Or we'll see maybe a breakdown here. I think this will be quite interesting for the upcoming weeks. But let's see though. Guys, thank you so much. Let's talk again soon. Make sure you strap in for some new videos, and then yeah, hit the like. Bye. Free Baron. I know. No. Crashed again. I can't close the stream. Take care, guys. Take care. Thank you so much for listening in today.